Inking is an issue that everyone seems to have a problem with, and in today's video, I'm going to go over my inking process as we draw Rebecca from Murder Drones. So let's get to it. I typically use two different styles of pens, two wide brush pens and two narrow style brush pens. First thing that a lot of beginners do is they don't vary their line weight. So when you're drawing any kind of shape, don't just go straight across. It has no action, it has no movement, it's just a very stale line. Give yourself a little bit of a bump. Give it a little bit of a width and depth. Give it a little light and dark action. Make it thicker. That's quite alright. Conversely, you can use a flexible brush pen and get a nice thin tapered line, followed by a nice sweeping black thick line. I have two different styles of brush pens. One that lays down a very thick, bold line that's fairly new, and another one that leaves a nice little feathered line. That's because it's been around for a while, so the edge is kind of tapered, it's kind of haggard, but it gives this really nice gradation. You can even use the thicker brush to do a lot of outlining, which is something that I like to do. It gives a really nice movement and flow. So you can get these really nice thin lines, but then have these beautiful transitions where they get nice and thick. And now let's apply the basics of what we just learned in this drawing of Rebecca. So whenever I start any piece, no matter what it is, I like to start with my darkest darks first. So I'm going to start with my thick, bold brush, and I'm going to just lay out the basic roadmap for where I want all of my darkest shadows to be, or wherever the blackest blacks are. This helps me establish the whole form. I'm not just working in one little section. I'm going to bounce between the different areas to find where the darkest darks are. And another really good simple tip is you'll constantly see me rotating my paper. That's because my hand likes to generally go from left to right. I don't like to go right to left. It's a comfort issue. So I would highly suggest to any artist that's just starting out, find where your hand is comfortable. I like keeping the paper slightly tilted. It's just how my hand lays naturally, and this will actually help you preventing fatigue, and will help you want to draw for longer because you'll just be in a natural flow of drawing. Now, though this is being recorded at roughly 4 to 5 times speed, I do want to establish that really take your time, because the one biggest problem with inks is that it is permanent. There is no going back. Once that ink is established on the page, you just can't undo it. This isn't the wonders that computers have where you can just back-click out and all of a sudden it forgets everything. Something you might be seeing me doing is a lot of these little flicking motions in some of the dark areas and leaving some light areas. That's because that's where I want to show a large gradation happening, where it's going to be really dark, and then I will go back over that using a lighter line as I'm starting to feather back in there. Now we're on to the second brush, and this brush has seen better days. It's a little old, it's a little damaged, and because of that, it actually has a beautiful gradated quality to it. It allows me to give a much more range of blends. The grays are softer, and in this case, I use it with a very light touch to give beautiful, smooth transitions, and it gives it a very unique quality that I particularly love. Last beginner tip that I'm going to give for you guys is don't hold the brush the same way the entire time. Throughout this video, you've probably seen me orient my hand in different perspectives in different ways. This will help me to get a different style of brush down every single time, and also it'll help me control. When I keep the brush very far away, I get a much more looser line. When I keep it very close to my hand, I have a very, very fine line. It's very controlled. With the hair here, you can see that I'm generally holding the pen further back. This will give me those nice smooth grays that you see throughout the video. I'm allowed to get these nice hair flowing textures that you often see in my videos. If you found the information so far in this video to be helpful, please do me a favor, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. It means a lot to me. I don't usually make a lot of tutorials because they take a lot longer than to just sit behind the camera and just draw what you guys love to see. So if you found this information at all helpful, it would mean a lot to me if you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, then YouTube thinks you'll really like this video that's popping on the screen now. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.